Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this best of 3 for Australian Esports Federation between XL or Team XL and Team Potential. It is Mike LaPhoenix back again for my second game of this league. I have no idea about either of these teams, but it'd be interesting to see what happens. This is Division 2. So already a Axe band coming out. Unfortunately, I have no co-caster with me, but that's cool. We'll try and describe these picks and bans, and to the best of my ability anyway. A Sven ban coming out now. Apparently Sven being a rather popular carry coming out now because it's had a few buffs. Pretty darn powerful hero. Hard to kill now with the armor buffs as well. And obviously due to the ancient stacking that's now every minute, makes him much more viable as a hero, whereas before, because the stacking turned to like the 3-minute mark and then 5-minute mark was just kind of hellish for a Sven, because you can never get that farm. Clockwork and Nyx ban out, both good position 4s or cores, depending on which way you want to play them.
Crystal Maiden.
And there's a CM pickup, which is not too surprising. Although they did like nerf the whole frostbite mana issue, but it's still a very powerful support with that aura, which is really the main reason why anyone chooses her in the first place. Just the ability to really be able to just, you know, cast spells non-stop in the early game.
5 seconds remaining.
See what Team Potential has in store here.
Reserve time.
Already kind of delving into that reserve time, but they pick up a Jakiro.
Radiant team pick.
Nothing really too surprising here. Nobody's really showing their hand quite yet. Second pickup now, taking a bit of time. Might even delve into that reserve time now.
Earth Shaker.
And it's an Earth Shaker, which is rather interesting because you've got to be careful when the opposing team chooses an Earth Shaker, because it can be a core Earth Shaker. Seeing it go to mid, pretty much like mid to late game, just hits people once with the enchant totem and they fall, especially the Crystal Maiden. So if that's going to be played as a core Earth Shaker, it'd be rather interesting to see. Otherwise though, of course, it's still a viable support hero to play. Not as good as it used to be a long time ago, but still relatively popular with some teams. But it does create that kind of confusion for Team XL. Because you sit there wondering, is this going to be a support or is this going to be a core Earth Shaker? And I have a feeling that Crystal Maiden's not going to have a very good game when if it is a core Earth Shaker. And there's a Sand King.
Radiant team ban.
Not too much going on yet. Like, again, it's pretty standard picks. Apart from the Earth Shaker, everything else is pretty standard right now.
Dire team ban.
Surprised the Bristle is still popular. I suppose it's just the Bristleback passive that makes it so so imbalanced of a hero, because you just can't kill him if he turns his back.
5 seconds.
So they still do ban that out because of that carry Bristle opportunity that was there.
Reserve time.
Invoker ban now.
Radiant team.
It's getting rid of some mid heroes. Have just picked up a new PC about a week ago, so hopefully everything runs well. If you guys experience anything like lagginess or choppiness, just let me know. Otherwise it should be pretty good, I think, after setting it up for a week. I'm pretty sure it's good now.
Reserve time. Dire team ban.
Nake's being banned out now. Captain Kirk, thanks for the offer. Maybe I'll take you up on it. In fact, I might just do that. Probably might contact you after game 2. See if I can bring you in. So there's a DP ban. At least if I bring in a co-caster, they'll know exactly what they're talking about, rather than me just being a play-by-play, trying to figure things out as we go.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Third pickup now. It'd be interesting to see what kind of what sort of hero, like what position they're going to pick up now. It'll kind of indicate what the Earthshake is doing in this draft for potential. There isn't a Baron. Probably going to be an offlaner Baron. A Baron, of course, still popular. Still extremely hard to kill. Very annoying to lane against. Everything about the hero is a bit frustrating to play against anyway.
10 seconds
If you're
remaining.
playing it though, can be a bit of fun. Tilting
5
people.
seconds remaining. Reserve time.
XL using more of that reserve time. Could I say potential does have a bit of a somewhat confusing lineup in a sense. Like they give you a lot to think about. Looking at this lineup, if you were drafting against them, you would have to be a bit careful with how you go with your drafting. Otherwise, you could end up in a bit of a trap.
Pudge.
There's a Pudge. That's rather interesting.
Radiant team pick.
Now, I know Pudge is a viable pickup. Question is, what position is this Pudge going to be? And what position is this Sand King going to be? Because I was under the assumption this Sand King would be position 4, but it could be a core Sand King. I suppose if they're assuming the Earthshake is going to be mid, Sand King's not the worst matchup against it. We'll find out soon.
Reserve time.
Fourth pickup now coming for team potential. Again, using a lot of their reserve time for this fourth pickup. This is where we'll find out a bit more information about what potential's up to. Because it'll either be that position 1 carry, or it could be a mid, or it could be another, like a position 4 roaming support. Find out soon. 45 seconds left. Using quite a lot of time for it. In fact, they might just use all of it on this pick.
Huskar.
Oh my. Well, there's a Huskar, which throws a bit of a spanner in the works. And again, I have a feeling this will leave XL thinking a bit. Because Huskar is not the funnest hero to play against either. This is a very frustrating lineup to play against, actually. You've got the Huskar. Add the Abaddon shield to him as well to make him that much harder to kill.
Remaining.
There's quite a lot going on here for potential. And there's a Razor,
Radiant team ban.
which I suppose is considered a pretty good pickup against Huskar in a sense. Because you can just link as soon as he jumps on you. And he'll lose all his attack. Or all his damage potential. But I'm not too sure about the Razor pick either. Because it feels like it could just get steamrolled.
Dire team.
Always good to see teams getting rid of that Tinker. I can guarantee you no caster likes casting a Tinker. Simply because there's the potential that the game could go on for over 3 hours. And that would be rather frustrating.
10 seconds seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Last ban out here. Back to reserve time for Excel. I'm excited to see how they pull this draft off from both ends, because you've got Husker, which I don't even think I've casted a Husker before in any league. Pudge is always exciting to watch, obviously. SK, also pretty exciting. Earthshaker, can't say no to that.
Dire team pick.
Last pick up now for Excel. They've got to be 100% sure about what they choose here. I'm personally not 100% sure what I'm going to be looking at.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Hello, Ben.
Reserve
Nice of you to join us. In fact, hello to everybody that's watching. Always good to see people tuning in. Excel using that last bit of reserve time now. 30 seconds to go. They'll probably use the rest of it just to have a chat with each other, make sure they're all on the same page.
Storm Spirit.
And there's a Storm Spirit, so it's a mid-storm, I'm guessing. It should be an off-lane Sand I think, and the Pudge will be roaming. And then, of course, I'm casting the open qualifiers. I did the
5 seconds.
what major was it? I think it was the Kiev major I did the qualifiers for. So yes, I'll definitely be doing the open qualifiers for TI. Just don't know which teams I'm following yet.
Seconds remaining.
Thanks for the heads up, though.
Remaining.
Outworld.
And there's an OD. That's pretty disgusting, but I like it. Personally, if I look at this draft, I mean, I like Team Potential's draft more in terms of like the win capability, but at the end of the day, XL, they've got a pretty exciting draft themselves. There's going to be a lot going on this game. A hell of a lot, in fact. Gonna have to try and keep an eye on everything. Hopefully miss no kills. And we'll find out how it goes. Some of these names already look like they're going to be pretty frustrating to pronounce, but we're going to try our best. Lachi asking for the mid Pudge. I can't disagree with you. I would love to see a mid Pudge too, but it definitely doesn't seem like it's going to be. Yeah, we should be getting into the game in just a moment. My goodness. Maxed out tower. Well, that's interesting. Well, unfortunately for them, it's not pay to win in this game, but you never know. Without further ado, let's go through the players and the drafts, and then we'll get the game going. So, on the side of the Radiant, we have... I've got to figure out the names, mind you. We've got Hilsey, I believe he wants to be called. Maybe. Or is it RSS? Somebody in the chat, if you know these teams, just let me know what names they want. I'm going to assume he wants to be called Hilsey. Maybe. Hiadam is playing Jakiro. OD will be played by Inexorable. This is going to be so frustrating to pronounce his names. Actually, ES, Jaco, he's already in trouble here, and I think he's going to give away first blood. That was a big Fisher, but I don't think it matters. Maybe he could deny himself to the Roshan, but Mikasa actually picks up the first blood. And that's a very, very good start for the Dire. So I'm just going to say Exorable. Maybe. We'll see how that goes. Or maybe just call him OD. Edor will be playing the Pudge. Yop. I'm going to say he's playing the CM. Mikasa on the Razor. We haven't really got much time to call these out, because they're going to be going for another kill straight away. And I don't think the OD is really expecting this. There's the Link and the Frostbite and the Rot. And I think he's pretty much dead here. He's got the Astral available. There's a good Fissure. And the Jakiro is trying to help out as much as he can. But Mikasa, he's actually stolen 56 damage. So you've got to be very careful. And I think Jack's going down here. He's copping a lot of damage and that Rot's keeping him too slow. And that's a second kill coming out for the side of the die. Mikasa looks like he might go down, and he does to Jaco. Eidor's got to really back off, and he will do so, but that's a quick 2-1, so Dire really get on top of that one. Very good start for the Dire indeed. If I die, it's lag playing the Husker. I'm still going through the damn draft. Who else haven't we called out? Storm Spirit played by Ugaba, and I believe it was Sanking that was last, playing by Young Scrim, who we'll probably call Scrim. Mikasa again, being very frustrating. This is one of the strengths about the Razor. That Link just makes it so hard for anyone to lane against you. And I suppose if there's anyone that can lane against you, it's probably the Abaddon, because he has that shield. But looks like Jaco will be there to help out if necessary. It's going to be a roaming ES. Still though, Mikasa should be able to win this lane fairly easily, especially because he has the CM with him as well. So Yop will be there. And as well as that, it looks like Eidor's there as well. And another Link coming out. And they're going to actually go on to Hilsey here. And I think Hilsey might be screwed if they can get in range for the Rot. There's actually no mana for the Frostbite available. And they can't actually get in range for the Rot. No, now they do, and yeah, he's dead. He's definitely dead. Jaco has to be careful. There's still a lot of damage available on Mikasa. Looks like Pudge unfortunately reacted a bit slow, but nevertheless, 3-1 now. So apparently my preferred draft was not the better draft. So there you go. Meanwhile, mid lane, we see OD up against Ugaba on the Storm. I can't really... I mean, OD should really win the lane because it's an OD, but he's really not as good as he used to be with the Astral nerfs. Nevertheless, though, once you get a few levels on the OD, it's pretty hard to contest, but Storm's giving it a good go here. Forces the OD back, and Ugaba doing a good job so far anyway. But he probably realizes that he needs to apply this pressure early. Otherwise, later on when he's got a few higher levels on the OD, it's going to be very hard to contest at all. Top lane looks like where all the action's going to be. Jaco, he's got the Fissure available. They're chasing Mikasa. That being said, Eidor's there on the Pudge. He starts the Rot, then cancels, and now we're going to the Abaddon, but the shield's there. Orps coming in as well. Alright, so RSS is Abaddon. Husker is Dom. Okay, alright, thanks for that. That does help, Potent. Thank you very much. So Dom is Husker. Okay, alright. That works. Ugaba, copping a bit of damage. Jakiro coming in to help his buddy out. Speaking of Dom, just at the bot lane right now, he's pretty much got free farm. And actually, top lane looks like where the action is right now, because the health of everyone's dropping quite low. Mikasa has to be a bit careful, but there's not really too much kill potential on the top lane right now from the Radiant end. Especially if Jaco has no mana for the Fissure. Young Screamy actually looks like he rotated to the jungle for a bit. Not very easy to lane up against a Husker solo. And that's why they've left Dom to his own accord, because with those fire spears, it's just too hard to contest the lane one-on-one. He literally cannot lose, and they even placed a sentry for him, so he can't just sandstorm and sit there and soak XP. So yeah, Husker's going to get that free farm he needs. The question is, what can he do with it? Razor's already proving to be a problem, so I don't know if he's really going to be able to take Mikasa on, who's also sort of semi-getting free farm, sort of not. Jaco's trying his best with RSS to not let him have it, but when you've got a Pudge and a CM there just standing side by side waiting for you to initiate, and throws out a hook, does miss it. It is a level 1 hook, but still has a decent amount of range. Yeah, it's going to be a very tough lane to contest at top. Looks like the OD's having a bit of a better time with the Astral. It's got that level 3 now, so You can really start spamming it. And Ugaba's not going to have the easiest time. But that being said, there is a smoke coming out from Edor. And Orp. And they're going to have a go here. If they can get the Frostbite, which they do, then the Rock follows up. But they do Astral the Pudge. So OD being smart about it. Basically stopping that hook potential. Now Jakira comes in and he gets hooks. Ugaba looks like he's the one in trouble actually. And is he going to go down? No, he won't. He'll get away with it. Meanwhile, Jack goes down. Edor, he's going to back off. But he does end up dying. And OD will pick up the kill. So it is a 1-for-1 trade in the mid lane. Meanwhile, top lane, looks like Mikasa might actually go down here. It was a good little block from Jaco, and the shield will do the job. RSS will pick that one up. So things relatively even in this game so far. It's just a 3 to 4 in terms of the kill board. Inexorable. Thank you very much for that, Excel. Obviously, my pronunciation's pretty terrible. Inexorable again with the Astrals. He has run out of... Oh, he's sort of run out of mana. That Essence Aura is a bit on and off. Sometimes you can just go on and on without ever proccing it, which is really frustrating, and sometimes it just procs over and over again. So they're going to have a go here on Young Scrim. There is a level 6 available on Dom. So he can make the jump if he wants. He's got Jakira there as well. The Ice Path is level 1, so it should be long enough for the life break to occur. Jakira being very patient here with that Invis rune. Young Scrim, did he notice that creep got blocked for a second? Looks like he may have, but then again, he is very low HP anyway, so he probably wanted to back off. And if he goes for a creep camp, he might be in trouble. But luckily for him, the Invis rune wears out just in time. The Ice Path does miss. The stun into the trees was probably the right decision, and he gets away with his life. So, good little play out there from the SK. Actually, looks like they're having to go on Jaco here. Ugaba will get the Fisher. But I don't think it's going to be enough. But Ugaba doesn't really have mana to go for this. Edor does connect the hook. It's a good little hook there, and he will get the kill. Okay, and CM is Donut, apparently. Why can't they just use these names in-game? My goodness. Thank you for pointing those out. That really does help. Donut with the wards. Not an easy life for CM in the early game anymore. It used to be much easier to play the CM early because you could just rotate to the jungle, get some farm there with the Frostbite, but since the mana nerfs on the Frostbites made it really hard. RSS trying his best to contest this lane. Doing a decent job of it as well. There's only so much you can do against the Razors and Abaddon. Mid lane, actually Ugaba could be in trouble. There's a good little Fisher from Jaco, but it was a bit too late. That being said, Ugaba is level 6 anyway, so he really could just zip out of there if he wanted to. Very quiet so far. There's another link actually on RSS. He could be in trouble here, but the range, not enough for Mikasa, but he'll get what he wanted. You just really want to zone the offlaner out. And if you can do that, I mean, you're pretty happy. Just keep yourself on the free farm. So far though, decently quiet. Storm's coming in. Looks like Edor might have a go here. Ugaba, does he want to jump? Yes, he will, but Pudge is not really in position here. The Astral straight away, and Edor, he wasn't in the correct position to hook. He's going to go in again. Ugaba does manage to get out of here, but the hook, bit of hesitation here. Does Edor want to go for it? Doesn't look like he really wants to. Just not the right positioning at all the right time, and he'll rotate top. He'll have a go at RSS. That being... Oh, actually, there is no level 6 on RSS, so... If they could take him out now, it'd be pretty big for the side of the Dire. In fact, they'll force him back. Hook. Just getting some vision. Edor does find him now. RSS, he's in big trouble. He uses the shield. There's some TPs coming in. Jaco, he's there to help out, although he has no mana for the Fisher anyway. Now he does, though. Hook does miss. Actually, Jakiro, he's there trying to take up the CM and don't know what will actually go down. So rotations from the Dire are a bit sloppy. Some good counter initiate coming out from the side of the Radiant. Dom's still free farming basically. Top of the net worth. Top lane again, we see Mikasa with the links on RSS. Luckily for him, Abaddon is relatively fast. Has that high movement speed, so he can just run it out. And Razor can't really keep up. Although he does have the phase boots now, but it's just hard because then you've got the Abaddon ultimate as well as the shields. So it's not guaranteed that you're actually going to be able to kill him in the first place anyway. Storm again jumping in. Ugaba, does he want to have a go here? Looks like Edor's in the background. But again, really not interested in trying to go for the OD. Inexorable. Not the easiest target. Because he really can just astral you and walk off. Not to mention he has a haste rune right now. Looks like they're going to try and finally take care of Dom. But then again, you've got to be very careful with a Husker. Although he has gone to max inner vitality, which is rather unusual. But regardless, they jump in Ugaba. He'll be the first one in. It's going to be a very easy kill with the Dismember. And the reason I say it's rather unusual is because generally as a Husker, as far as I'm aware, you're meant to max Berserker's Blood and maybe get one level in inner vitality. Now, I could be completely wrong. But that's how I know to play the hero, so... Regardless, he would have died anyway, so... Bit unfortunate for him, but he has had free farm the whole game. He's second in net worth now, only to the Storm, so Ugaba doing a pretty good job with himself. Looks like Dom will TP straight back in, but they've stuck around here. Edor, he's going to look for the hook, and he has Dismember again. In fact, he will only need to Dismember, really. And Storm will jump in, take care of business, and they even commit the Epicenter. Just ensuring they get that kill. They don't want to waste any time trying to chase him, which is absolutely fair enough. Meanwhile, Tier 1 going down mid lane, it looks like. They're going to use the fortification. Jakiro is going to be looking for him. And Hook does miss from Edor.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
So mid Tier 1 gone. That being said, the bot Tier 1 is copping a bit of damage here. Looks like JK will come in and defend it. Not an easy life for like a position 4 ES. He's going to be trying to farm up that blink next, but it's quite hard unless you can get a few lucky kills.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Everyone's just sitting back and farming for the time being. Nobody really interested in trying to make any smokes or ganks happen. Just calming down. Get that farm up. Ultimately though, it's hard to say who would have the stronger late game. It looks relatively even. Because of course Husker does drop off later on. But the OD can still be very, very strong in the late game. Then again though, on the other side of things, you've got the Razor, who also kind of drops off, but then you've got a Storm Spirit. So it's pretty hard to say who's got the stronger, really late game, if they need to get there. Wop now coming in. They're actually going to try and defend this Ugaba. He's going to make the zip in straight onto Dom, but he'll actually Vortex Jaco. They do commit the Echo Slam to get the kill, and the Fisher comes down. Now, can Husker do much? No, Dom goes down. Inexorable is actually there, though. And Edor, Dismember comes out, but it won't matter. They'll get, it's a 2 for 2. So what looked like absolute chaos actually turned out to be an even trade. Mikasa, he's at the top lane, so he's going to try and get an equal trade on the towers. The tier 1 does go down bot. Looks like RSS is going to attempt to defend this. And he actually will be successful. Mikasa will back off. Especially if he did see Inexorable come in to defend. Young Scrim, sticking around mid lane. Good Fisher coming out from Jaco, my goodness. Almost blocked him in place. That being said, of course there was the stun that was there to get him out if necessary, but nevertheless. Jaco in a bit of danger here. He's gone a bit too far. Now the Burrow Strike comes in and easy kill for the side of the Dire. Not entirely sure what he was trying to do. He didn't have any wards on him, so bit questionable to run into the opposing jungle and expect to walk out with your life. Tier 1 top is being taken down. Mikasa is there though, and he's got a few buddies to back him up. Edo, he's going to look for a hook attempt. That being said, Dom is there on the Husker. OD, he'll get hooked in, and I think he's in big trouble. He's been linked up as well. He has not got an Astral to use. He drops the ulti. He's still alive through all this, but now he'll go down. Dom jumps in as well. Good Burrow Strike though onto 2, and RSS, he's the only man left, and I think he's going to go down. The TP attempt, it was a good try, but doesn't really matter. And Ugaba with a triple kill, my goodness. He's going to get a pretty darn quick Bloodstone at this rate.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Jaco has to be careful. Op's going to find him.
Dire's middle tower is under
Unfortunately for the CM though, it doesn't look like Ugaba's interested at all in jumping for it. Although he is going to find somebody else. The Jakiro, they're trying to get himself a bounty rune, but he's kind of walked into the wrong area. And yeah, the hook from Edo, Mr. Dendi himself,
Dire's middle tower.
will pick up the kill. Not looking too good for the Radiant so far. Team potential. Not sure what they really have to do here. It feels like they've just got to try and sit back, farm, and wait for the right kind of team fight for them. That being said, though, Ugaba's getting to that point where he's really going to be unstoppable for the next 15-20 minutes. If he gets that Bloodstone and plays his cards right. They're going to go find Dom again. And the Dismember, yeah, they'll use it straight away. Ugaba zips in. Another easy kill. And Dom, he's not really able to do anything in these instances. They've got no wards on the side of Team Potential to really like outline when the ganks are coming. And by the time the Dismember ends, there's another Vortex coming. There's really no chance for a life break or any kind of physical attack. They're gonna run with a smoke now. Potential trying to make something happen. Inexorable. On the front lines, Wop's behind them though. So he's going to break the smoke and he's going to know exactly where they are with that Invis rune. He will Frostbite up the OD and try and back off, but the Ice Path's there, and that was a bit of wishful thinking from the CM. Is he going to get some help? Edo is there to hook him out, and Dendi! My goodness! Talk about timing. I mean, that's just a bit of a kick in the teeth for the side of Team Potential to go for a smoke and get absolutely nothing out of it, especially a CM of all things, which should have been an easy kill. It doesn't make you feel very good. Dom, he does have that armlet and he has an urn. It just doesn't seem to be doing much though, because they're just able to, you know, really disable him the whole time. Sticking around that tier 1 tower on the side of Potential. XL though, they're rather comfortable. They're just freely roaming wherever they want. Not really concerned. It's 15-6 as well, so they've got a decent lead. The Bloodstone now is up on Ugaba as well. So he's going to be sitting pretty. Edor, he's actually got a Blink Dagger as well as the Urn. And he looks like he's going into an Aether Lens, and they'll go for a smoke, in fact. Young Scrim's there as well as Op. CM taking the front lines. Manliest CM I've seen in a while. Drops a ward. Just get the high ground vision, and they know they're there. It's a question of how they can jump in. Jaco, oh, it's an actual counter smoke. And they're going to run straight into each other. They're going to see the CM Frostbite. There's a life break though, and the Fissure. The hook coming out from Edor, but it does not matter. They are forced to back off. Team Potential getting themselves a kill. And as sad as it sounds to say it took, 5 plays to take down a CM and a smoke, it's still kind of what they need to get back into this kind of game. They do need to find these small pickoffs. It looks like they're going to attempt for a tier 2, but this could be dangerous. CM is back up now, so it is going to be 5v5 if Mikasa chooses to join. In fact, no, it's Edor that's there. Everyone's there now. So 5v5 if they want to go for this tier 2. Dom, though, he might be able to actually initiate this time around rather than getting initiated on. Because every time he's been killed, it's just been a gank towards that bot lane. They're actually going to find the Jakiro, but Ugaba not willing to go in, and they'll just D-ward right now. Hook does miss. And the Dire being the initiators here. Ugaba will find one. And he was trying to TP away as well, and that was RSS on the Abaddon. Ugaba, he's going to back off right now. The Fissure, the Epicenter does miss completely. Ugaba keeps going, but he doesn't really have much mana left. Can he get the Jakiro at the least? The Burrow Strike's there, and yeah, they'll get the kill. Edor will pick that one up. And actually, he's going to find Jaco. Can they cancel it? No, they can't. Young Scrim, he had the Burrow Strike on cooldown, unfortunately. Could not cancel that TP, but very quick reactions coming out from Team XL. Dom, he's got that Dragonlance now. Is he going for a Hurricane Pike? Yes, he is. And in fact, after the Hurricane Pike, looks like he'll go straight into a BKB. Which is absolutely fair enough. Because at that rate, the only thing that's going to stop you really is the Dismember. But it's the best you can really do. Unless you get a Lincoln Sphere, but BKB is probably much more worthwhile on the Husker.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, actually, bot lane looks like there's a bit of action. Jakiro ends up dropping again, and Garba picks himself up some Bloodstone charges. He's on a dominating spree now, and it feels like this Storm Spirit, Mr. Ugaba, he's the man to watch. Really showing a bit of Storm prowess. Looks like Warp now. Got that plus 60 damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Hidden like an absolute truck. I'm questioning what the side of Team Potential can do right now. The two top net worths are both on the side of Team XL, being the Razor and the Storm Spirit. The OD is in third place, followed by Dom on the Husker, but I am questioning how much Inexorable can do in this kind of game. Because as an OD, you really just need to sit back and hit people with that Arcane Orb, but with a Storm Spirit, it's a bit hard because it feels like he's just going to make the jump onto you every single time. Not to mention you've got Edor on the Pudge, so you've got two people who can really ruin your day with some kind of either a hook or a Vortex initiation. So things can be made very hard for this, for Inexorable. if Team XL so choose to make that happen. Gonna push the tier 2 top now. Oh, Jakiro, he's jumped in, but Ugaba straight away makes the jump onto him. RSS is TPing in, but he might want to cancel it. Jaco with the Echo Slam, but it's not really that effective. And everyone will just really back off. In fact, Mikasa wants to make the jump. The life break comes in from the Husker. The Frostbite, though. Ugaba goes back in. They'll get a kill onto Husker. Dom goes down. Jaco, he'll actually get a bit of a kill himself onto Mikasa, and it's a 2-for-1, but still, they took out the Razor. Can they get any more? They've got to be careful because Edo's looking for the hook. In fact, Ugaba has no fears. What a beautiful burrow strike from Young Scrim. My goodness, now Edo gets a kill. The drop from Inexorable, but it doesn't really matter. RSS, he's the only man left. And I think he might actually be dead. Ugaba goes in with the Vortex. The shield is there. Does he have an ulti? No, he doesn't. He'll actually end up going down. It's a double kill for Edo, and 4 down. And Mr. Jakiro, I'd be very, very careful where I stand right now because Ugaba, he heals up that mana pretty darn fast with the Bloodstone. In fact, he's got 19 charges. And I have a strange feeling if he does see this Jakiro, he's going to make the jump again. In fact, there's the Ice Path, and there's the jump. He didn't heed his warning. The Burrow Strike, the Dismember as well. Ugaba will get himself another kill. 20 Bloodstone charges, and I think they might just be happy with that. They'll back out of there. In fact, he's picked up an Orchid now as well, so it's going to make it even easier to get kills. It looks like he's even going to make a jump on Dom again. It's very unsuspecting, but they'll get the Vortex, the Dismember to follow up. The Fissure comes in, the Burrow Strike onto 2 though, from the SK, and there is a bit of armor toggling now. There's the Astral, and OD's joined in. Can they get the kill onto Dom? It looks like they just might, but no, he actually walks out of it. The armor toggling works very well for him. The man showing off his skill. Edo now is the one on the run. He's got to be a bit careful because this Husker's healed up. That inner vitality really does help. Edo does have a Blink Dagger though, so he does make his way out, and that'll be it for that fight. But Team XL basically kind of finding out they can't really just jump on anyone as much as they thought they could, because Mr. Dom doesn't agree. He has that armlet, and apparently he can toggle it pretty well. That being said, though, they are still relatively behind here on the side of potential. We look at net worth. It's not looking too pretty. Almost 15k net worth to the side of Team XL. Looks like there may be some kind of smoke here. No, actually Edo, he's found himself Jaco, but has to be careful. Ice Path. Oh, beautiful stun in the Echo. Ugaba walked right into that one. Jaco, he's going down there, it looks like. Ugaba's going to take care of it. That being said, Edo has lost his life. Mikasa comes in. Oh, what a stun from Young Scrim. And the Epicenter. My goodness, this man just made the game for himself. Although they do tend to take him out. Dom, he's still man-fighting this, and he's got the Hurricane Pike available. That being said, Ugaba jumps in with the Vortex. Mikasa's almost down. Dom's still alive through all this. He's still toggling. He does end up going down. It's a full team wipe for the side of Team XL. But my absolute goodness, that SK, he really made that team fight happen. It was a triple Burrow Strike that came in and just... It looked almost bad for Team XL for a second, but they fixed it up quite fast with that Burrow Strike. Still though, if you look at that gold change, relatively even. In fact, XP was in the way. Oh no, it was in the way of Team XL. Gold went the way of potential though. So even though the fight looked amazing for Team XL, which it was, gold still going the way of potential. Looks like Ugaba. He's looking for, my goodness, he has 26 Bloodstone charges. He looks like he's really going to make a jump in again. He's going to find himself Jaco, although there are a lot of heroes behind him. No, he'll run down the hill. Edel, he'll do the same. Realizing they could be in a bit of danger here.
Fusion. Yes.
There is a Hurricane Pike available on Inexorable. Looks like Team Excel. They'll go to the Roshan pit. And it appears that Potential has absolutely no idea what's going on. Gotta love these voice chat thingies. It's just gonna be, feels like it's gonna be so hard to kill Ugaba. They haven't really got lockdown for him either. And the Storm pick, I mean, it's just a really smart pickup now that I look at it. There is a smoke. So it looks like the Radiant are expecting here. Ugaba, though, will break it with that Invis rune. So if he can find them, this could be massive. Jaco. Oh, this is a bait. This is a bait from the Radiant. That being said, the Burrow Strike coming up from Young Scrim. They actually knew about this in the epicenter. My absolute goodness. Inexorable. He's going to go down here. No, he won't. The shield. Mikasa's chasing him. He'll get the kill. Meanwhile, RSS still trying to survive through all this. Dom, he's alive as well. Ugaba, he's running out of mana right now. Mikasa, he'll turn his eyes onto RSS. We'll take him down. That's 4 down for the side of Team Potential. And it looked like it was going to be a bait from the Earthshaker, but this SK, Young Scrim, the Burrow Strikes this man's getting, it's just absolute ravages all over. And I'm not even sure how they found them, but they found him. And Edel now, did he get a hook? It looks like he did, and Dom, he's on the wrong side of that hill and he's going down. He's got buyback available, but it looks like he's going to need to expend it if he wants to defend this Rax. Ugaba's full HP and basically almost full mana. 31 Bloodstone charges. The Macropie is dropped to try and get that creep wave out of the way. So they can't take that tier 3, but that tier 3 is definitely going down. The Siege creep is tanking that Macropie like a champion. Looks like they'll go straight for those shrines now. And if I couldn't tell better, it looks like Team Excel, they're trying to make this a very short game. Young Scrim now actually going for the Aghanim Scepter. So you can have that amazing long range stun, which is kind of imbalanced, but what can you do? See what we have on the side of the cores for the Radiant. Inexorable. Only really has that Hurricane Pike and the drums. So he really hasn't been able to find that farm as much as he'd like to. Even Dom, he's got the Hurricane Pike, he's got the Armlet, but nothing too much else going on. He still hasn't got that BKB either, which could be a game changer, but I don't know if Team XL is going to allow them to have that chance to actually to get it. They're going to go for this tier 3 bot now. The Macropie dropped again. But you could really just wait this out. Edel, though, he's looking for the hook here. And in fact, they'll rotate straight to, to mid, I should say. Ugaba. He's going to start hitting on that melee Rax, take out the creep wave, and almost doing the jump. Oh, Edel with the hook. And they're going to go straight at the Dom again. He's not the easiest kill, though. That being said, Mikasa is getting that link. Young Scream is still alive through all this. RSS, he's got to be careful. The ulti is procced, and this Rax looks like it's going down 100%. Dom has bought back, but it doesn't really matter, I don't think. The hook will miss. Somehow, though. Oh, never mind. I thought that was a positive 1,494, and I was like, how the hell did that happen? Just gotta love how spectators can hear that for some reason. Oh, I hear a Dismember, but it's only on creeps. They're just gonna take out that final shrine. And in fact, Ugaba, he still has the Aegis through all this. And he has a full Bloodthorn now as well. It's on the courier and it's on its way, but I just don't know how you stop this Eidor. Looking for the hook does miss it. And looks like they might even just split push.
Looking for me?
Dom. Still struggling for that BKB. Obviously the buyback makes it even harder to get that. Oh, Ugaba. I thought he was about to jump. Eidor being cheeky, trying to find a blind hook really. There is a jump in from Mugabe. He'll go straight onto the OD. Now Mikasa comes in. It looks like they're going straight to kill off Inexorable. And he's almost down, but he astrals himself. Meanwhile, RSS. Oh, what a beautiful hook onto Jaco. They do take out the OD. Jaco drops the Echo Slam. Does not matter. Ugaba almost dead, but he'll heal up pretty fast if he just if they just leave him alone for a second. Dom tries to go for a kill onto him. Epicenter comes out from Young Scrim. Now the CM Ultimate and the Dismember. They're taking Dom out. RSS, he can't do anything about this. And GG is called. They've had enough of this. Hook onto Mikasa. And I'm pretty sure that was an accident. But nevertheless, it's GG. And that'll be game 1 going to XL. Pretty darn excited to see game 2 after that game 1, guys. I'll be right back with you guys in probably about 5 minutes. I'm gonna probably try and find... Where's Captain? Gonna try and get Captain as my co-caster, Captain Kirk. We'll find out if he wants to join. Anyway, guys, I'll be right back with you. Trying to enjoy some 2 Steps from Hell in the meantime.
team.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Game 2 of this series between XL and Team Potential. It is Mike LaPhoenix, and joining me now is Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. What about yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad, mate. Looking forward to this Game 2. Obviously, you were watching Game 1. How did you feel about it?
Interesting early start, but I think Team XL kind of landslided, snowballed over Team Potential. A few clutch plays there by the Sand King and Team XL.
Yeah, I have a feeling, mate. They probably won't be allowing the Storm Spirit to come out again for Ugaba. It was pretty damn good.
Yeah. It's always hard, though, the drafting phase to ban or respect ban people purely just off one game.
Yeah. Well, it looks
we'll
like I'm glad you're here because I'm not a very good analyst, so
That's all right.
it's good to have someone who knows what they're talking about. CM is picked up again, straight off the bat.
Yeah. Supports are pretty on par at the moment. They're pretty important whether they control or hold your safe lane, dominate mid lane. They're pretty impactful. Rotating supports are pretty important in this meta.
You know, initially when I looked at that Game 1 draft from Team Potential, I really thought they had the stronger draft, but it feels like after that Storm Spirit pick, they just had no lockdown for it. It was just too much.
Yeah, I think so. I agree. I think Team Potential here will be looking for either two supports or Sand King and something else.
See what happens here. Now, do you know much about both these teams? Because I'm not 100% aware about these teams.
Well, we're in the AEF, where I play for Yellow Solo Mid Reborn, and we've played both of them. They're both pretty good, I have to say. I think Team XL actually have a couple of stand-ins as well, so I don't know those two stand-ins pretty well, but I know the support on Team Potential Jaco pretty well, but overall I think they're both pretty good teams, but they're on par, I'd say. Could go either way.
Yeah, well, they're both very exciting, nevertheless.
Yeah, a lot of action.
Well, gotta say that Sand King last game, it was played by Young Scrim. Man, that guy was getting absolute ravages every time he burrow striked.
Yeah, he made some pretty huge plays, 3-man, 4-man stuns. But now that Team Potential's stolen it, see if they can back it up with the same quality. And there's the Jakiro pick as well. So, as predicted, two supports.
If we look at, this game, Team Potential, what do they have to do differently? Was it the draft last game, or?
I feel like an OD pick is kind of a make or break. It can either win you the game or lose you the game. And especially in that game, as I think you pointed out, the Storm just steamrolled him. So it's pretty hard to come back from when you're that far behind. And even with the Ashland imprisonment with Pudge as well, he can just save him every time. So I think they got a little bit off drafted with the OD pick, but I think it came down to a couple of misplays as well from Team Potential, and then XL just taking kind of momentum with them and taking the game.
Well, we see the puck pick up, and straight away Potential ban out the Drow. Obviously, they don't want that combination.
I think pucks. Well, the good thing with this and kind of this meta at the moment, picking up puck can be deceptive. It could go off lane as well. So whether Team XL are capable to do that, but sometimes you want to lead the other team to thinking, oh, that's a mid, then they pick for the mid and just transition it to the off lane and then dominate the mid with a counter pick. So nice little pick up there.
They did the same thing. They did the same thing last game, because I was under the assumption the ES was maybe going to go mid.
Yeah.
But they transitioned. They chose a Storm Spirit, and we saw what happened. But see how it goes this game around. Yeah,
exactly.
Last ban out now.
So I think they'll either ban off something that they don't want to face in the off lane, or once again, maybe a core hero that they're a bit afraid of, something a valuable ban. They've already got their two supports. Nature's is not a bad ban against with the Jakiro, so they could be going for a pushing momentum.
There's a Magnus. My goodness, that gets a bit exciting.
Yeah, actually get some 5-man RPs. So they're going for a little bit of a wombo. So I think I've spoken to Jaco, and he's spoken to me about the they feel like they're strong with the team fighting, with making those clutch calls. I guess last game they didn't have all those opportunities with the OD and the Earthshaker, didn't have the opportunity to kind of push them all together. But now I guess with the Magnus, Jakiro, Ice Path, Sand King, Epicenter, can actually get something to go. But I feel like against Puck is not a good game to go wombo combo. Just so easy to get out of it and silence everyone and stuff it all up.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like you see these heroes and you think, oh wow, this is going to be, they're going to get all these, crazy, RPs and into the Burrow Strike, into the Ice Path, but it never seems to work out that way. To combine everything together, it's rather hard. And there's a Tusker, which we don't see very often.
Yeah. I think it's actually up and coming in the meta. It's pretty good against someone like a Magnus, Jakiran, and Sand King, purely because you can just put them into the snowball. You can just roll away and disengage. So I think Team XL is drafting pretty well here, actually. They're trying to avoid the fight, maybe with some counter initiation. They're not looking to be on the front foot. I think they're looking to avoid it and then come back.
Ember Spirit against Puck. I mean, assumedly this is a mid-Ember. Is this a good matchup? Because you would assume Puck would have an easier time.
I think Puck has an easier time for the first maybe 5 to 7 minutes. But Ember will get a stout shot anyway. And then after that, once Ember kind of levels up Searing Chains and Flame Guard, eventually Puck's Illusory Orb will do nothing. So there you go. It's a Puck off lane. So I called that early on as well.
Well, like you said, they basically baited that in, and I guess Ember Spirit will have an even worse time against an OD, I suppose.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that last game, if they could have done something, what they could have done against the OD, like the Storm was good, but other alternatives. And I feel OD is okay, but I don't know. It's good, but I don't think it's amazing. I don't think it's a crushing pick, honestly.
I guess so. Like, the Astral's pretty nerfed. It's got that high cooldown, that low range now. It's not as good as it used to be back in the days.
I guess any melee carry against the OD will always suffer just with stacking up the Arcane Orb.
Well, he'll probably go for one level pretty early, I assume.
Yeah, I'd say so. And the Illusory Orb, sorry, not Illusory Orb, the Astral Imprisonment to make him miss last hits as well, so...
Well, the last pick out of here from XL, I mean, they need a hard carry, I'm assuming, at this point.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Nothing really stands out, though, that would look, exceptional in these circumstances. Everything looks kind of decent.
Probably, I'd say a PA, potentially, something like that. All I have to say, it has to be a melee carry, because they've got the Magnus. I'm surprised they didn't pick it up. Maybe, personally, I would have picked up the carry 4th pick and then done the mid last, because that would have given you the last pick, so you would have been able to get counter picked. So if they did the carry where Ember Spirit was, and then XL kind of have to pick their own carry or their own mid, and if they pick a mid, then you can counter their mid. If they pick a carry, you can kind of change whatever your last pick is. So I think a little bit of some poor drafting there, but maybe not. I guess they could whip out some clutch reveal here in the last pick. But I mean, the thing is, with the last pick, doesn't matter what you pick, because it's not going to be any game changing. Well,
Lifestealer seems like a rather good pickup. That Rage obviously going to be good against Ember or anyone else.
Counter initiating. I mean, they can even initiate now with Puck Blink into a Lifestealer, Infest, OD.
And there's a Spectre. That's interesting.
Jeez, okay. So they're going for a 4-1, 4 roaming with Spectre sitting in safe lane.
Well, off the bat, mate, before the game starts, who's got the better draft?
I think if they win in 30 minutes, Team XL wins. If it's after 30 minutes, Team Potential will win. That's my call.
I guess you can't... It's pretty hard to go up against a spec, like, uber late.
Yeah, I just think that it's actually a smart pick, because having a spec means that Team XL will want to now actually push and fight. And with them fighting, it means Magnus and Sand King can counter-initiate instead of being the other way around, like I said, that they'll want to fight. Now that Team XL will actually want to push onto the Spectre, just means that the Sand King and Jakiro are going to need to be always around the Spectre, which kind of suffers for Magnus and Ember if they get ganked, I guess.
Yeah, well, We're about to get into the game. Now, I've got to ask, maybe you know how to pronounce his name. The SK. Do you know how to pronounce that name?
Nah.
Hierdam?
Hierdam, yeah, I think it probably Hierdam.
These names are rather confusing. And actually, Dom's changed his name, so now it's at Dom, which is good. That's helpful.
Yeah. What about you? Who do you pick off this?
Oh, look, mate. I mean, I can't go past the exciting draft, but then again, you know, like honestly, like you said, if it goes really late, it does look like it does look like the spec draft will just out carry everything. But
Yeah.
I don't know, Excel, man, they played really well last game.
Yeah, they did. The Sand King definitely made a few huge plays, and the Razor as well.
I'm just wondering whether this puck is going to actually steamroll as well.
Yeah, definitely momentum based on.
For battle.
Well, let's go through the draft, see who's playing what. So we have RSS. He's playing that Magnus. Jaco, he'll be on the Jakira this time around. Hierdam, he's on that SK. We have Ember Spirit being played by Inexorable, and finally, we have a Spectre being played by Dom. Did you want to call out the Dire?
I can't even move my camera at the moment.
Oh, it's alright, mate. I'll take care of it. In that case, Yop is playing the CM. We have Mikasa on the Nakes. Eador, he's on that the Tusker this time around. We have Young Scrim on the puck, who appears to be going to the safe lane. And we have an OD being played by Ugaba this time. Did you say you had some camera issues?
Yeah, I do.
As in you can't move it at all?
Yeah.
I think you may have to disconnect and reconnect. Looks like the Dire might be going to contest that early bot room, but it's interesting how they've moved puck to the safe lane to avoid this aggressive tri lane that appears to be coming out. Maybe there's a bounty contention.
Yeah.
Oh, you're back into the game?
Just rejoining now. Hopefully
Sweet.
it's all fixed. There we go. Good.
Alright, excellent.
So puck safe lane. That's interesting. I think it's actually the right call because as I said, they want to apply pressure on the Spectre, but they're actually avoiding it. So the Spectre's going top.
This is interesting. So both teams kind of tried to think ahead of each other, and it looks like potential may have come out on top this time.
Did they see the 5-man rotation bottom from Dire?
I don't think they did. There was no visibility for it, so they pretty much just guessed it, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, that's interesting. So what I think will happen is they'll rotate a couple of people top to really make sure that this Spectre suffers. That's what they need to do anyway. There's no point farming a Magnus.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Jaco and Eador just gonna oh, actually, nice little shards there. Gets Jaco stuck, and can Wop get in there for the frostbite? Yes, he can. They've got the Orb of Venom as well. I think they might actually be able to get a kill here. Jaco, no, he'll back off. He'll make
That's
it.
too short, yeah.
Mid lane, Inexorable, copying a lot of damage. Has to use that salve pretty darn early.
I'm actually questioning the Liquid Fire, actually, from Jaco, just because against the tri-lane, you're not going to be, like, 30 damage is not the end of the world, 30 harass and slow damage. You want to get a nice path to either survive or to make sure that oh.
Good little skewer from RSS. He's trying to go for Warp, but the shards actually miss. I don't know if he can catch up with the Shockwave. Oh, it's not really enough, and looks like the CM might be able to walk this one off. Yeah, she will. A lot of time wasted for the for RSS. Now Jaco, he'll be the one in trouble. And Eador, can he get a kill? I don't really think he can, but the shards is up in just a second, and somehow it misses, but he'll still get the kill.
That's the change there on Tusk's Ice Shards. Now it's wherever you select, not to the hero.
That looked like it was going to catch him, but yeah, I guess he didn't select quite right. RSS copying a lot of damage from Mikasa, but it'll be fine. So
That's just
Mikasa
an
should...
example there. Sorry.
Oh no, I was saying Mikasa might have just... Looks like he's just going to have an easy lane here on the off lane.
Yeah. And it shows that Magnus has 0 0 last hits, so I think it's silly to be farming a Magnus that's going to get nothing anyway.
I think saying Dom is like top of the last hits right now, so it appears this offlane Spectre actually is working very well for them. But I mean, they do really have to rotate people up to try and stop Dom, because I mean, it's going to be pretty painful if he gets an early Radiance and just gets way too farmed. Yeah,
like having what the Dire is doing is good, is that they're farming the Lifestealer, but a Lifestealer at 40 minutes versus Spectre in 40 minutes is not good. You want the Spectre's going to wreck him.
Yeah.
So what Dire I think need to do is start. I mean, because killing a level 1 support is nothing. It's 300 gold. What you want to be doing is killing a Spectre that has to then invest in a TP scroll and either walk or run back.
Well, Edo is actually in a bit of trouble bot lane, but he'll get out. They're actually going to have a go on RSS. The Frostbite, the Shards, and RSS, he used that skewer, so he's just, he's going down. Mikasa trying to find the last hit. Good little kill for them now. So Mikasa, he's getting that farm.
Yeah. But, I mean, I think it's good. I think it's great that they're getting the kills. 2 kills is good. Slowing down a blink, it's probably going to be a 25-minute blink for Magnus, but the Spectre is still the problem. I don't think a Jakiro and a Magnus are a big deal. Magnus can still skewer in an RP at level 6.
Well, considering that... Well, considering Dom's getting this kind of farm on the spec, what's the ideal build he should go for? Like, should he just go for a Radiance Rush, or...?
No. Radiance Rush is 3 years ago, I'd say. They always go Vanguard just because of how the meta is, getting 30 kills in 20 minutes practically. It'll go Vanguard into Radiance, so he'll be looking for probably a 25-minute rad.
They just found a quick kill onto the CM.
And just to note as well that the Ember Spirit is actually doing really well against the OD. 21 last hits to 25.
Yeah, he's having a good go, and actually he's going to go for a kill. He's got the Invis rune. He's following with the Flame Guard, trying to deal as much damage as he can to Garba. I don't know if he's noticed yet.
Oh, should have Searing changed there.
Yeah, bit of a slow reaction from him. Top lane, meanwhile, looks like the CM coming around, trying to get some kind of damage onto Dom. Young Scrim is pretty low, though. I don't know if he'll really be able to contest, and in fact, they just leave him. Dom's just hiding in the trees right now. Actually, there's more coming in. Edor's here as well. The Frostbite comes out. The Shards, is it going to be there? They do use the Orb Dom. It looks like he's just too tanky right now. And they're actually going to find the CM again with the Burrow Strike, so he's going down.
Yeah.
Not looking too good right now for the side of the Dire.
No, but I think they've done the right thing. They've rotated people up. I just think it's too late now. I think the specs level 5, Ring of Health is going to have level 6 shortly. I think it's almost too late, even though it's only 6 minutes in.
It's definitely going to be problematic. I don't know how well Mikasa can go up against this spec, but we all know late game he's pretty much has no chance.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I mean, you've got the RP as well, which is just a great... It's great all the time. It never gets it never gets bad.
Well, the timing for Dire at the moment is going to be 15-20 minute mark is when they need to really show something and take the momentum. Hopefully by then Puck will have a blink, but honestly he's looking very poor. Lifesteal will have a few items as well and go for the infest bombs and things like that and really start crushing the Radiant. But if they don't have that timing of 15-20 minutes and then it goes to 20-25, Spectre's going to have some farm. Ember Spirit will start making some plays. Magnus will be 6, pushing towards maybe a 4-star if he's too poor. Yeah, I think things will look ugly at 25 minutes if Dire don't start doing something soon. In the next maybe 10 minutes.
Question is, what can they really do here? Like, it doesn't look like it's going to be very easy to do anything against this Radiant side now.
Yeah, and they can't sit back and farm. That's the thing.
It's going to be rather interesting to watch. Mikasa, I mean, he can. I guess he does have that that kind of combo with the Tusk for the Nate's bomb, maybe even the Puck. But yeah, I don't know how much it's going to do. Actually, they're going on to Young Scrim top lane. Hear them? He's not going to go for the Burrow Strike. It was a bit out of range. I don't know how much this Puck's really going to be able to do, actually. He's just not doing too well on the lane. 18 last hits compared to 44 on Dom. And Jaco actually gonna get jumped on mid lane. Looks like he'll go down. So there's one little rotation. It's a bit of a start.
Oh, I think I actually might need to turn my audio on in game.
Oh, you haven't got it on.
No,
This'll come in handy.
that's awkward.
A prize.
How do you think the OD would fare late game against a spec? Like, do you think it would be that bad with the OD?
Well, I mean, he'll be going for Arcane Orb onto the illusions is his goal, so try to minimize the people he can jump to. But I think he's going to be in trouble. I think that late game, Spec will get a diffusal blade, slow him down, slow his mobility, so he has to use the orb on himself on mid lane.
Yeah, they jump on Ugaba, and that's a lot of damage. The Astral comes out, now the task with the stun, the Ice Path as well, but it's not really going to help Ugaba. Looks like he will end up losing his life. And yeah, he's going down 100%. They might even make a chase into Edor. No, they'll let him go. Yeah, this is looking pretty bad for Excel right now. They're not really, they're not really able to do anything at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of as predicted, honestly. That Dire needed to win, as I said, in the first 20 minutes, but it's on par. Oh, bottom lane. Magnus is dead.
RSS gets rolled on, actually gets the stun. He commits the RP onto 2. There's a TP coming in, maybe it was a waste. Here, Dem comes in as well. Tusk goes down, actually. Mikasa, he can't do anything about it, so they get a bit of a return kill, I suppose, but not the best.
No, definitely not worth it for a support, honestly.
Well, good little kill into RSS, nevertheless, from the side of Team XL.
Yeah.
They need to somehow keep these going, I suppose, but we'll see what happens. RSS, he's coming back in now.
I think at the moment, all the weight's on Mikasa. Puck's still 1,200 off Blink. OD working towards a 4-star, eventually Hurricane Pike or Dragonlance. They're going bot lane. Sorry, top lane.
Yeah, they've gone on to Dom. Ugaba's there. This could be a big kill for them.
Yeah,
and
dead.
Dom, all the silence. He does manage to get out. Oh, they dropped the hammer though.
Yeah.
Good kill for them. And yeah, I guess
what
they need to do that a couple more times because this spec's going to get massive. He's already got the Vanguard.
Yeah. So should get phase boots and then probably start working out. He's got queued up there, Erdem Shadows. I wouldn't worry too much about the urn, honestly. I'd start going towards a Radiance after the phases, but see how it goes.
Well, interestingly enough, it looks like Mikasa on the other end of things. He's got a Midas. Is this the right kind of play? Because generally with Midas, you're expecting to go pretty late to get the full value out of it.
Well, I think that they've realised that they're not going to win in the first 25 minutes. So I think with their lineup, they wanted to win in the first, as I kind of said earlier, they wanted to win in the first 30, but lanes didn't go as expected, not really getting this momentum their way. So I think they're just starting to prepare for the late game, which I think is a good call.
Looks like they might have a go here on Dom again, top lane, but not really going to be effective. There's only 2 of them.
Yeah. And good rotation in from Jaco as well.
Ugaba. It's got the 4 staff now. It's going to probably go straight into the Hurricane Pike, I'm assuming. And, yeah. I mean, that Arcane Orb, a lot of damage. A hell of a lot of damage, in fact.
Yeah.
Just a matter of what he can, whether they'll let him just stand there and hit people. Some good stacking as well. Stacks the double camps.
No, it's looking pretty bleak. But I say bleak, but I think they've made the right call, as you point out, with Mikasa getting the Midas.
If he does go, like, obviously we know it's going to go past 25 minutes now,
Yeah,
25, 30
sure.
minutes, but, I mean, like, he's going to have to be pretty darn farmed to go up against this spec, though.
Yeah, well, honestly, if it comes down, especially late game is a tough thing to play as a Spectre, honestly. Though it's with dispersion and stuff. You still have to make the right calls. So if Lifestealer ends up getting a good initiation from the Parker Blink, if he gets an Abyssal, can really lock down the Spectre, get a few hits on the Arcane Orb, I think Spec will be in trouble. But if the Spec can play well, I think he's going to be okay. It'll come down to, especially kind of in our MMR bracket, that kind of 4K bracket-ish, playing late game can be a hard thing, like making those clutch calls, clutch decisions, and things like that. So when it starts to go to the 40-minute mark and everyone's kind of picked up their farm, just the right or wrong call can really swing a game.
Yeah.
So it is good that Spec, I think, is really leading, has the momentum on his side, that if it does go 40, 45 minutes, honestly, one play, one call can change the game. So
See what they can do. I mean, like you said, one play, one call. At that time of the game, obviously, could just end the game completely.
yeah, exactly. And I think both teams had the capabilities to make those literally one play, one call, anything like that. A lot of pressure on the captains as well. So a Magnus RP can swing the game. Puck, Dream Coil with a Lifesteal and Fest can change the game. So both teams have the capabilities going late game to really make the game swing. So it'll come down to the captains calling it correctly and players following through.
Well, we see a smoke up here from Edo and Warp.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to rotate mid. They find Jaco.
Yeah,
I think
that ward.
I think they probably want Inexorable more, but not the easiest kill to get with the Remnants, and quite patient here. And they're not going to find anyone whatsoever. Everyone just kind of backs off. There was not really any warding that I can see that they would have spotted them out. Oh, never mind. They're going to find Dom. And Edo, does he want to go for it here? He has everything available. It's just, in fact, they're just staring at each other right now. He drops an item.
Dom's fine.
Drop the urns for a second.
Dom's fine. I think he's comfortable with the shrine behind him. If they do go on him, it'll be a 3 or 4 man rotation under the shrine.
Bit of a waste of time for Tusk.
But sometimes it's good just to know what they're doing. Just as being a free ward, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
The one thing I am kind of want to point out as well is these 3 dire wards all on mid and top. I think it's a bit of a weird positioning. To me, that indicates they want to take the top lane, but they're not really showing that presence of moving forward.
Right, so they've kind of just placed the lanes, placed the wards for like really no reason. Like
Yeah.
they've got vision, but they're not doing anything with it.
Yeah, exactly. Like the ancient ward there kind of indicates to me that they want to either go for the mid, that they're concerned about pushing mid, that they're going to have initiation from the top part. That top ward for me at top lane shows that they either want to take the tower, but they're not doing anything with them.
Tower is under attack.
Oh,
Something smart would be is either smoke through their bottom lane and put some wards into their jungle so they can get the pick off and kind of start that swing, either with a Tusk Infest with Lifestealer or a Puck Illusory Orb or anything like that. But at the moment those wards kind of seem a bit passive to me because they're not doing anything.
well, it's a good little piece of information to point out, because that is completely true. They're not actually using it at all.
I mean, at the end of the day, it is good to see what the other team is up to and where they are, but I think wards can be used to do more than that in this meta. Should be able to set you up with ganks and things like that, but as I said, in our kind of our 4K bracket-ish, there's not as mainstream as what I'd say is the pros, so we have our own little ward meta, I guess.
I was looking at Mikasa right now. He's got a Deso almost completed, so he's getting that farm, I suppose. He's top of the net worth at the moment by about $1,000 in
Yeah.
comparison to the OD.
Yeah, so as I pointed out earlier, there's going to be weighing down on Mikasa or mid lane.
Yeah, they're having a go here. The snowball, but it's only into the creep anyway, so
Yeah.
nothing too special there.
Radiant's bottom tower
So both. Oh, Puck's got his blink up now. Oh, I'm surprised he's actually revealing himself there.
He's given the blink away.
Yeah, I think, especially now they have a smoke. I wonder if Radiant saw that.
We might find out soon. The bot lane, tier 1 goes down. In fact, they couldn't deny it, even though Mikasa wasn't really hitting it.
And this is kind of pointing out what I said earlier, that with this smoke, all they can see is Spectre. They don't know. Like, they could have gone bot lane, but if this Spectre runs back, I think he's safe.
Well, he's doing the right thing. It's good of a good game sense, but actually, Edor might
We
find
should
him.
go farm. Please don't go farm.
Well, he gets snowballed, he gets the coil, and I can't imagine he gets away from this, but the shards actually block him out. And then the 3-man RP, oh, what a disaster! And they're actually in massive trouble, the Macropyre as well. That's 2 down so far. Ugaba, he's going to be the next target. Dom might go down, although he used the shrine, the hammer dropped. And yeah, this is just terrible. RSS, Dom will get the kill. And I mean, that it doesn't get much worse than that. In fact, the dagger comes out, they're going to go for Edor as well. And they're going to catch him, in fact, it looks like. The stun actually misses. Good snowball dodge. But he's going down 100%. He's not getting away from this. Yeah. What a shame. Oh, wait a minute. Mikasa actually finds Dom. Can he get himself a kill? No. Goes down the hill and not going to bother chasing after that.
Oh, and a regen rune as well.
I mean, that was just shocking. And they go on mid lane. CM, she's in big trouble now. She's got no backup, but there was no backup for Hidam either. And RSS doesn't have the skewer available to go. Actually, he did, but it wasn't in big enough range to make it. They'll get the T1 mid.
Yeah. Something to notice from that as well. I think Sand King had a blink there as well that I didn't pick up on, and now Magnus has got his, so...
Man, I don't want to pick on Edor here, but I mean, there's been a couple questionable shards.
Yeah, as I said, I think it's that new change where it's no longer keeps going until it hits the hero. It's to where you click now, so it's definitely skill based.
Yeah, really just screwed him up a couple times this game, and that was a big one. I mean, it literally just cost his team like quite a lot of kills, actually.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to do now that you kind of have to predict, because I guess it's probably a 2 seconds until it arrives at its place. You have to predict where they're going to go and where your team's going to be, so it can be addictive.
Well, Hidam comes in, trying to defend this mid, but he's the only one there. Mikasa goes in.
Blink.
Yeah, beautiful reactions from him. Young Scream couldn't get there in time, but they'll get the tier 1 regardless. Looks like an inexorable. Has to be careful. He will back off in time.
But Dire doing I was about to say the right thing, but I don't think Roche is the right thing to do here.
Definitely not. Probably a bit too early anyway. Actually, no, they're going to go for it.
I think with Sand King, I mean, if they don't catch onto it, it's great. But with Sand King Magnus, I think it can be troubling.
We'll see if they have a go here. There's appears to be no wards from the Radiant, so they probably didn't see them walking in. Oh.
Well, they have drawn the line though, so...
Well, it's a few lines, but they're definitely drawing the line to the Roche pit.
Yeah, they know something's up now, seeing the...
Nice little shards there to block them out. I guess if you can keep that up, that might make all the difference, but...
Nah, the difference is they now know, so...
RSS, he's coming in. Inexorable. My goodness, what a word to pronounce.
Yeah, good tongue twister.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna roll in onto Hidam, and they will find him. He can burrow strike out, but the rage and they found there's a sentry ward there, so they can see him. Good little pick up there.
Yeah, that's what they need to take Roche.
In fact,
And J-Code there as well, getting picked off by the puck.
Well, that's pretty much Roche 100% confirmed now.
Yeah. As I said, it comes down to just clutch calls, whether you stay in Roche, what you do there. So good call in there by the Dire.
Oh. We'll see what they can do with this Aegis though. Like, you know, there's still quite a lot of towers, outer towers to go. They've still got a tier 1 top, in fact.
They still do have to be careful with the Wombo combo with Magnus and Sand King, so it is nice to have Aegis, but if there's only one man with Aegis and the rest of the team's dead, just got to be careful.
Oh,
Dire doing the right thing here, splitting up.
Ugaba's going to be the man to hold it. We'll see what he can pull off, but like you said, if they get the combo off, they're pretty much screwed.
Yeah, but Dire know this and they're splitting up very well.
Makes it real easy as well, because Mikasa has the Desolator, so it just makes it that much easier to take out the towers.
Yeah.
And looks like they're going in. Young Scream will be the one in. The coil. There's the RP out to 2, but the skewer missed. The Macropyre. The snowball comes in as well. This is an absolute chaos right now. Inexorable. Is he going to go down? Yes, he does. Ugaba will find it. Dom. He's in big trouble, actually. The Tusk. Gets the punch, and that'll be it. It's a 1-for-1 so far. They lost Mikasa for the Ember, and actually they'll keep
Oh,
going.
not
What a
good play
stun!
there. OD has the. They just don't do that.
Yeah, well, they're going to find RSS as well, it looks like. Ogaba, can he get the kill? Yes, he can, and then he'll respawn from the Aegis. The CM ultimate, dealing a lot of damage to Dom, actually. He can't kill him off quick enough, and he'll actually get the
dispersion.
kill.
Fucking hell.
My
Oh,
goodness.
Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Nah, it's alright, mate. Don't worry about it. This is the Australian cast. Well, 4 for 4.
Yeah, interesting. Oh no, the Radiant. He did buy Radiance. That's okay. I was gonna say he didn't buy the Radiant recipe, but he just bought it, so that's alright.
It was a rather interesting fight. I mean, it just kept going back and forth, and it ended up being completely equal at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I'll take your tribute.
Aegis is gone, though. The Tier 2 did survive through all that. Somehow.
For Magnus, unfortunate there with the skewer. I think the Lifestealer was raged up, so that was one, but I'm not sure why he missed the tusk. I think just forgot to move back a little bit.
I see the Mikasa, he's getting an Orchid on the Nakes.
Yeah, I think he'll turn that to Bloodthorn. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, who's it really useful, though? This is for the Ember Spirit, is it?
Yeah, Ember Spirit, because he's not gonna... Interesting that he got a Battle Fury, but... Well, not really, actually. Just stack up with the Magnus.
Yeah, I mean, that cleave's going to be kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
So he's gone for the attack style Ember rather than the magic.
Yeah, he's going for the anti-high ground is what he's going for. Delay the game as long as possible.
Oh, CM. Gonna get
CM's
caught out. Yeah, the chains is there. Mikasa slows him up, blocks CM a bit, but it looks like she'll walk it off. And Ice Path will not connect. In fact, Dom finds Eidor somewhere across the map.
Yeah.
So she's at that stage now on the spec where she's just going to be able to find solo kills by herself now.
Especially just for the CM and Tusk. So once RP, yeah, well now that they are RP and Epicenter off, I think what they need to do is just protect the spec. Spec just farms wherever she wants, because it's up to Die now, I think, to start making some plays. But even on the verse, Radiant can be on the front foot and start causing them to react, and Spec can just, now especially with the Radiance, just do her shit, her horn, and cause some troubles, especially against the squishy supports of CM.
Well, we were talking about, like, there is a time limit on the side of the Dire. I mean, right now, they're sitting back and farming pretty right now, but, I mean, is this the point where, like, do they have to go smoke ganking right now? They need to do something, or they just keep farming?
I think both teams are comfortable to farm. I think with Lifestealer and Puck, I think they're happy. Honestly, I thought Basher before that, but before the Orchid, but I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
We'll find out.
I think both teams are happy to farm. I think both teams would prefer to react, actually. I don't think either team wants to be on the front foot.
Well, looks like they're going to make a rotation for the Tier 1 top. The Radiant is ready, though, so Jaco, he's going to be the first target. The slows there from Mikasa, and it's a lot of damage to the coil as well. They actually let Jaco go for a second, but he will go down. Now, Ugaba actually gets a kill as well, and they'll find another one, so that's 3 dead.
Yeah, and that's actually a beautiful ward there as well, in that top lane, showing where everyone was. They knew that there were only 3 people top.
Dom didn't even bother ulting at that point. It's almost like he knew they were completely screwed.
Yeah, it's also you don't want to waste it. You can change a team fight. It's your only avenue to get back to help. But he had to go to rotation out from CM. He'll probably kill his CM actually.
Well, the dagger comes out, does hit her, but it looks like he's just content with trying to get the Tier 2. So it's going to be a decently even trade. Actually, no. They're going to rotate, try to find Dom. Will they find him? Oh, the trees! Oh, wow, that's unfortunate.
Unlucky.
Very unfortunate indeed. And they actually let the Tier 2 top go. And Mikasa finds a kill on Ember Spirit somehow.
That Orchid. Just with the Orchid.
Ember made the jump on Mikasa?
I think the Ember was just farming middle lane and taking the tower. And I don't think he saw the Orchid.
Well, already paying off, I suppose.
Yeah, that's huge.
I'm surprised they left that Tier 2 though, top.
I think that I think they thought they were going to be able to get the Spectre. If they could get the Spectre, would have been worth it. But
well, Mikasa's still at the top of the net worth.
Yeah, Dire are doing really well actually to control the game.
They're gonna go for that tier 2 bot now, and I mean, for what their draft, I suppose they're really pulling it off. And we haven't really seen the wombo combo from the Radiant side come out quite yet.
Well, I think what's happening is that the Radiant are always responding instead of initiating, so it can be difficult to kind of get that perfect wombo combo when you're trying to stop someone or prevent something from happening.
So you're saying they should probably like go for like a smoke and
Well, I
actually
haven't
be
seen
the
a smoke
initiators.
from them, yeah. I haven't seen a smoke all game from them.
Oh, actually, he could be the attempt. Oh, silence though.
What is that blink?
Yeah, bit of a problem for RSS. He's stuck in there right now. Actually, Hierdam goes for the stun on OD.
Great play
Ugaba,
there.
the spec, yeah, comes in as well. And looks like CM might lose her life. She commits the ulti now just for a bit of damage, but ends up going off. There's the RP onto 2. The Ember as well, but the snowball actually saves them. And then the epicenter coming out from the SK, but Ugaba's still going actually. Dom's in trouble here. The Hurricane Pike will do the job, and Hierdam's the last one left, but my goodness, what plays are these? And Jaco, he's here now, I suppose, but probably not the best to try and initiate on. He's blocking. They know he's there.
Yeah, but that's just showing you again that they're responding. The OD initiated there on the Magnus. They have to respond. He skewers out, get a good spec ulti in Sand King epicenter that was turned into Magnus RP, but still it's not them initiating. If they can get that start, we almost saw the potential, but because they're responding and reacting to them initiating, it's unfortunate.
I really thought that was going to go the way of the Radiant, but I mean, it just... The boys on Team XL, they seem to know exactly what they're doing. Like
Yeah, I think it's just some good captain calling.
Allow me to compliment Edo instead of talking about, you know, his missed shards. I mean, his snowballs have been on point. He keeps saving his team every single time.
Yeah, a nice snowball there. Just bring in 2 of them.
Back to farming they go. There is a Bloodthorn now on Mikasa, so, I mean, that's a big item to get.
Yeah.
15k net worth now on him.
Should be working towards a basher, I think.
He is indeed. He's going straight for that the Abyssal.
Yeah. So I think Dire are playing it right. That minus really paying off because they knew that they weren't going to win that first 30 minutes. Or they're not going to finish the game. They knew it was going to go past that. So building for the late game, it's a good decision.
Well, mate, looks like they could probably pull it off at this point.
Yeah, I think so. The Spectre, I mean, we saw, as I said, we saw the almost potential there from Radiant, but they just need to grab a smoke, wait for RP and Epicenter to be back up, which I think it is yet, and then cause problems, not respond. They're banking too much on the Spectre at the moment.
Well, team potential, like you said, we haven't seen one smoke from them yet, and in fact, I thought they were about to, but no, still no smokes. Oh, no, never mind.
If they can get the OD kill, that's huge. OD or Puck, well, and they've scanned them as well. They know that they're there.
Oh, they're going to run right into him. Whoop.
Tough place because they're running uphill, so Sam will break the smoke.
Well, that's probably the best kill that the Dire can give away, and they'll be happy with that. That being said, Young Scream gets the coil. Actually going to go in here.
There.
Yeah, Ugaba will get the kill onto SK. And actually, they can keep going here. RSS goes down. Jaco, he's in a bit of trouble. The Ice Shards does miss again, but the Ice Path does connect from the Jakiro. They'll get the kill onto Jaco, it looks like. He really can't get away from this, and 3 for 1.
Yeah. I mean, I said they need to initiate, and that's what happens.
Well, I mean, like you said, they were going up the hill as well, so they had that. Yeah. They were already at this advantage to begin with.
The path that should have gone is if they knew that they were at those creeps, is run up through the bottom lane and then head over to the shrine, so that they're at least playing on the same ground, not running uphill.
Yeah.
That's just some advice. But...
Well, I can't disagree with you. Looks like it looked like they were going to go for a tier 3, but tier 2 is still standing at top, so why not just take that out first?
Yeah, Dire playing it smart, knowing that Magnus and Sand King both have their ultimates.
It could get to the point though where, like, it feels like it could get to the point where the RP and SK Burrow Strike isn't really gonna it won't matter at the end of the day.
I think it'll still matter just because of the Magnus and power with the Ember Spirit and the Spectre. So they're still going to be doing heaps of AoE. All they're going to be doing is setting it up. It won't be for the damage. So once the Ember gets maybe a crit stick or a Deso, or whatever he was going for, it'll probably be a Deso. I mean, Daedalus, sorry, in the end. With Empower, it'll cause problems.
Well, they're picking up that Roshan now from Team XL, so they know they're ahead.
Yeah. I mean, and it's only 5k, honestly. It surprises me.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, it is. It's almost 7.5 now, but yeah, it's not too much. The spec's been keeping up. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Dom's doing a good job. It's just that they can't seem to connect the combo together. Like the coordination's just not 100% there yet.
Yeah, and he's going for the Blade Mail, which is also a really good pick for him. Just keeps him a little bit alive a little bit longer, especially against the OD who's being hammering him with the Arcane Orb. Just kind of makes you want to stop hitting him.
The problem with that is Ugaba's got a Hex now.
Yeah, I was just about to say that as well, the Scythe coming out. But the hard thing with the Hex as well, especially when you're dealing with a Spectre and a Manta Spectre, is that you have 5 illusions and then plus the Spectres with the Manta plus 2 illusions. You have 8 Spectres to choose from, so you kind of need to get it before he starts popping things.
That's a good point. It's not going to be easy to get the right target. They didn't actually end up going for Roshan either. They let it go for the time being, just continued farming.
Yeah, it surprises me actually. But I think they're still paying respect. They know that the Magnus and Sanking have their ultimate, so now they actually have warded up as well from Radiant, whereas last Roshan they didn't.
Well,
One thing I want to point out is from the die, they're actually dominating the wards most of this game. Radiant has brought out 3 wards now, kind of at 35 minutes in, but the die have had all the wards, which has given them most of the domination with the initiation.
Well, information is power, and
yeah, exactly.
I mean, like you said, they've had all the visuals the whole game. I mean, it has felt that way actually. Now that you mention it, Team Potential, they're just kind of walking in blind sometimes.
Yeah.
There's a smoke as well from the side of Team XL, so they're gonna try and find somebody here. And at the Ancients, we see Inexorable right now.
So if Inexorable can stay there for about
Oh
wow, he's going to lead this with the Scythe. This Inexorable's dead.
Oh my, there's the punch, and actually they're going to find 2. The up, well, there's no RP actually. RSS, he just tries to back off Jaco. There's the RP. It's actually onto 2, but it's not too big. No, 3 actually. Burrow Strike as well. They're stuck in the Macropire. The Astral's there, but OD's in massive trouble here, Dan. Can he get out? No, Ugaba will actually take him out in the back lines, and looks like RSS might be the one that's going down as well. Mikasa will find him, and the only one left is the Spec, and I mean, she committed the ulti, but it just didn't matter.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that she didn't come into that. I think that was an all or nothing for Radiant.
Rather strange. She didn't actually come. If there was a couple kills, it felt like she could have get. Like Ugaba was very low that whole fight.
Yeah, I think the OD and I mean, even with the Sound Kicking, the OD and Tusk could have been in trouble there, even the CM, just from having the Spec just there, causing the AoE damage, but not sure. As I said, it comes down when it comes down to this 40-minute is when it becomes,
Dire's top tower is under
as I said, in our bracket, it comes down to those small calls that you'd expect from the pros, but let's be honest, we're not pros here. We're just amateurs, so just those individual skill plays can really swing a game. And that just shows that Spec made a conscious decision not to turn up, and could have either maybe she would have lived, or maybe she would have got 3 kills. Don't know.
Well, they're in the Roshan. Well, Mikasa's in the Roshan pit now. It's I mean, it should be a decent Rosh for him. I don't know if the rating going to pick up. Actually, Ugaba finds who's that? That's Sand King here. Damn, he has the Ghost Scepter though, so he will manage to walk it off. But still, it shows just how fast he can get taken down if he's not careful by Ugaba.
And this is a cheese Rosh as well, so Mikasa take the Rosh. OD probably take cheese, I'd say. Aegis, my apologies, Mikasa take the Aegis. Well,
Roshan going down decently quickly. Deso obviously helping out quite a lot. He does have the Basher now, so he's got that added, that added disable if he can proc it. There's the Infest.
So I think this next team fight will either be, I mean, how many buybacks does Radiant have none. Spec and SK is
Dire's
practically
bottom
it.
tower is under attack.
So this will be an all or nothing, I'd say. Next team fight on their going up to high ground.
Well, we'll see how this goes. Like you said, if the Dire win this, then they've probably won the game. If not, they'll get like at least a Rax or two. But
Yeah.
if the Radiant win, it could be a massive gold swing towards them. So it's something that the Team XL don't want to give the potential at this point. But it does feel like potential does have to pull off everything perfectly to get a good team fight going for them.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Well, Eudor is going to find Sand King here, damn. He's going to be in big trouble here. There's the punch. Infest comes out as well. And, I mean, they blow him up completely. He had absolutely no chance there.
He does have buyback, but yeah. Less than convenient for Radiant. Spec doing the right thing. Split pushing, making Dire not be able to push him on top. But that's what Spec's just going to do.
I was going to say, Inexorable on the Ember. He has a Yules now. This is strange to me.
Well, I think the idea is that you cast your Remnant out, you can use yourself, and then just jump to your Remnant.
I guess he probably wasn't hoping to, not hoping to have to go that kind of build. But
Yeah,
it kind of happened that way.
yeah, I think so. Especially with the puck initiation, it can also dispel the silence, and same with the Bloodthorn, dispel the silence and then pop away.
Well, they're going to go for another pick-off here. And Eudor, can he find someone? The Ice Shards does miss. Although it looks like they're going to find Dom. And this is going to be pretty painful. The coil comes out. It's not. He actually runs through it as well. He gets stunned up. Where the hell is this Snakes? Meanwhile, they get actually Jaco in the back lines, and they'll let they'll let Dom go. But
Spec doesn't have TP here.
uh-oh, the Shards, they do find him. And yeah, Eudor, he'll bring up the sigil. Dom is going through the trees though, but there's a slow, and I think he's completely screwed now, Dom. I hope he has buyback because he's definitely going down here. Actually, beautiful Burrow Strike Epicenter, my goodness, but it doesn't matter, and he does buy back, and Remnant straight in, but he's not really doing anything, and he has to back off straight away, so...
Might notice a small actually use Shrine there, so bring all the way back to the base. And RP will change the game.
We'll see how he goes here. Dom has to be careful again. RSS goes for the RP. It's only onto one though. And the Snowball, the Hex, they're going to take RSS down. That's not what he wanted.
I think it's going to be a good game. No buyback on Spectre. So
Nope.
I'll just blink.
Oh. Well, there's the Hurricane Pike, and they're just showing a bit of damage with the Bloodthorn. Now the Shards actually traps him in. But he gets out anyway. Macropie as well. Makasa's quite low, so he has to be careful. But he has Aegis. Ugaba with the triple kill. My goodness. And MSS, or RSS I should say, goes down. Inexorable has to be careful. He did buy back. But, I mean, Ugaba again. First the Storm Spirit, now the OD. Just absolutely unstoppable at this point.
Yeah, no buyback on the Spectre. Man, you're not scared of Sand King and things like that. They've got no ulti, and he's dead here as well. So
Yeah.
GG.
Well, we'll see when they want to call or whether they want to just keep defending here. It's feels pretty impossible to defend against this, but
And yeah, with the next SO, just gonna eat the towers.
we'll see what they want to do. Where is the Ember Spirit? He's actually top lane. Oh, sorry, bot lane. Inexorable. He's actually just trying to push at this point. Well, they're going to kill Jaco, it looks like. He's definitely going down. Can't make it to the fountain in time. Inexorable is pushing bot lane, but I mean, one Rax isn't going to do anything in comparison to a Mega Creeps.
Yeah.
It looks like they might just kill him. Young Scrim goes in, the Yules, and there's the Hex, the Dream Call. It's pretty easy kill, and
44 stacks on OD as well, being on the truck.
that's a problem. Surprisingly enough, not calling GG yet. I'm wondering what they're going to go for.
I think they might just do a classic pub move of wait till they're on the Ancient and try to do a wombo combo, then call GG.
I'm up for it. We'll see. I don't know. Even at this point, though, they're still so split up. Like, there's no way you're gonna get a big RP here.
Yeah, that's why you wait for the ancient. So they're all. Oh, Magnus is dead.
Oh wait, there's a stun from here, damn.
Oh, jeez. Not even safe. 5 inches out of here. Not even ace. Just haven't looked at the radiant creep. Oh god.
Mikasa going for a kill. Dom still defending here, and Edor a bit confident at the moment, gives him the Walrus Punch, and SK gonna go down. Jayco, yeah, he's going down as well. The Dream Core, the Hurricane Pike, he's in the fountain, but he's still gonna die. No, the miss uphill, he will survive. Dom, the Bloodthorn. And yeah, they're getting annoyed. I think they're just gonna go straight for the T4. There's the skewer back. They'll get Edor at the end of the day. But I don't think the Ancient's going to survive through all this. No, they're going to have a team fight. The Spec ulti. Jayco does end up going down. Ugaba again on a godlike streak. And they're still hitting the Ancients. The Macropie. Dom actually gets a kill in the backlines, it looks like. Young Scrim dies. Now Mikasa going to man fight this one. The RP comes out. But I don't think they can really kill him. There's the hammer from Ugaba. And they'll kill 2. They'll kill 3. And yeah, that's a full team wipe. GG well played. And what a great series.
Yeah, 2-0.
Very confident style of victory for the side of Team XL.
Yeah, pretty strong coming off the OD in the Storm from last game. Well done.
Well, Kirk, thank you for joining me.
That's alright, thanks for having me.
Mate, you got any shout-outs, any socials you want to pass around?
Yeah, shout out to YSM, to Smash AEF, and shout out to Lachlan as well. That's it.
Mate, I've got to ask you before we get off the air.
Yeah.
Your name rings a bell. And I've got to ask, how long
Star
you
Trek.
No. Don't worry about Star Trek. No, I've got to. Were you playing Dota a long time ago? Back in Dota 1?
Yeah, I played Warcraft 3 days.
So the board Aussie days?
Yeah, board Aussies. I played for in the Unreal Aussies as well. But
Mate,
yeah, board Aussies.
I'm pretty sure. We were playing together once in board Aussies, and pretty sure you ended up raging at me because I was terrible.
There you go. Oh, I'm sorry if I ever did.
Oh, it's all right, mate.
I don't rage anymore. Support the Aussie community.
All right, mate. Well, look, thanks for joining us. Has been Kirk. It's been Michael Phoenix, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll see you. We'll have a good one. We'll see you next time.
See you, boys.
All right, mate.